everyone, it's Priska here. I miss you all very much, and so I thought I'd find a way to sort of communicate a little bit to all of you. So what I thought we'd start off is just a little bit of a hand treatment. Hopefully, I know quite a few of you have their own balls, so grab your ball and pause this video, and then hopefully you can join in with me. Right, so what we're going to do first is we're just going to push the pad and the point. So I always say pad and then point, and you do that 3 times on each finger. So this is just to strengthen up the hand. You know, when we're sitting around in the house, we can always just hold the ball, play around with the ball, keep our hands strong, keep our brains happy, because we're doing something good for ourselves. Good. And so you do the same on the other hand, and it just activates the hands, muscles. And so while we're sitting here, just start breathing in through your nose and out through pursed lips. So 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. Good. So once you've done all your fingers, I mean, this is a very simple version. I know we have a longer version as well, where you press on all these different points, but you need a table in front of you. I'll just point all the points out and in the middle. And then you roll the ball to the top. And if you're not sure, if you want to see the full treatment, if you go to Melt Method, Melt M-E-L-T, YouTube, there's videos on hand and foot treatment. The foot treatment is a little bit more extensive. And if you don't want to do it standing up, you can always do that one sitting down. Now, if you want to do the short version for the hand treatment, so what you do is you just place it on the base of your thumb, and then you just rub your thumbs together like that, and then you just press and hold just to help with the absorption. And then we're going to rub the hands from side to side like that, as if you've got, so you're basically moving the ball like a smiley face at the base of your hand, and then you just rub into every direction. So it's just good for anybody if you want to activate your hands, or your hands are feeling a little bit stiff. And so when you're working on the hands as well, just do some gentle stretches on the fingers. Don't force anything. Just sort of stretch them out. Unfortunately, as we get a bit older, the fingers have a tendency to get a bit more stiff and more into flexion. And so stretching them out like that just helps to activate them. So then what you can do as well is put your fingers on the nails like that. And so you're pushing these hands out and these hands in towards the fingers. And then you swap over. You do the same on the other side. And that just sort of strengthens the fingers for flexion and extension. And then just doing all this kind of stuff. Good. So that's our hands activated. So what I did as well is I got myself 2 cans. I'll stay away a little bit because otherwise you might not be able to see what I'm doing with my hand. So if you just get 2 cans, I mean, you can get 2 water bottles. They weigh about 500 grams, so about a pound. And so we'll do some strengthening exercises for the arms. So we're just going to flex the arms, just get the biceps curl going. And then while you're doing that, just breathe in through your nose and breathe out through pursed lips. And so I'm sitting on a ball, but obviously most of you won't have a ball, but you can just use a stool or a chair, whatever you've got in the house. So once you've done a couple of bicep curls, you can do 3 sets of 10 if you like, but or three sets of 5 is fine, whatever you feel you're up to, right? So now you're going to put the arms out like that. Yeah. And you're going to drop the can like that. Just watch that you're not waving your wrists around. So the wrists just stay in alignment with the forearms. And then you can do your chest muscles as well. Make sure you sort of really activate the muscles in the back as well. You open your collarbones and just watch that you're not flicking your rib cage forward, so your rib cage stays nice and stabilized. You're only moving your arms. Right, and now come down. So the next one is really good to sort of really get the shoulder area moving. You open the arms, you bring the cans together, then you try and push the elbows together and you come down. And together, elbows together, and around. And just sort of do that like 10 times. Good. Now you put your elbows up to the ceiling and you extend the arms. Now if you find it too difficult to sit like that with your arms up, you can also sit like this, a little bit forward, and then you straighten the arms out behind you. It might be better for most of you anyway. So you can do 3 sets of 5 or three sets of 10, whatever you feel comfortable with. Good. Right, so I'm going to put the cans to the side and we do some stretches on the neck. So I'll come a little bit closer again. And so I want you to bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Just sort of gently stretch. If you want, you can use a hand, but don't force it. Just be really gentle. And then open the neck to the other side. Then look to your left. Look to your right. And so you can repeat that a couple of times. Then you can sort of look inside your left armpit. And you can bring the opposite arm behind your back to add to a little bit more stretch. Good. Then a good stretch for your forearm is if you've got sort of like tennis elbow or it feels all a little bit tense there. You know, I always say, you can always just squeeze your hands a little bit, lift up the skin and roll it around, or you could use your little ball to rub it around the arm to just get the tension away. But a stretch that you can do is it's always a little bit difficult to get yourself into that position. So as if you're going to bring your hand behind your back, but you keep it forward. And then you take the other hand and you sort of pull the hand. So as if you can look inside your hand basically. So that gives a nice stretch there. And you hold it for about 30 seconds. And so you do the same on the other side. Good. Right, so if you now want to come and stand up, we will start with a little stretch of the back. So you can just hold onto the arms on the seat of your chair or the back of your chair, whatever you feel you can do. So you just stretch yourself out. Take a deep breath into the side of your ribs. And so especially in a time like this, it's really important to sort of work to that deep breathing to your tummy. And then you pull your tummy in and you round your back. And then you stretch yourself out. And pull your tummy in. So it's that rounding and that flattening. You can do this on the kitchen counter as well. You just hold onto the kitchen counter. Whatever you feel is nice. So if you would have a chair and you would have you can either sit down again like that, or you can do it standing up. But then you can sort of breathe in and reach over. And breathe in and reach over the other side, and you really try and stretch yourself round and up. And so you repeat that 4 times each side. Super. And just don't forget to breathe. Try not to hold your breath, but just keep let the breath flow. And then while you're on the chair, or maybe you can do it standing up as well, I don't mind. So you breathe in and then out. And so anything that hurts, don't do it. Don't push anything. Good. And the main thing that's really important is that you keep your legs strong. So while you sit on the chair, try to not use your hands on the arms. So you're either holding your arms together, and then you bring your weight forward. Your feet are a little bit under your knees, and then all you need to do is straighten your legs. I will come back a little bit. So, you know, I often say, almost imagine that you've got a little chair in front of you. You're trying to reach to the chair. You bring your weight forward, and then all you need is to straighten your legs. Now you see the ball is rolling away. That's why I recommend doing this on a chair. And so then you go down again and back. And so what you want to think about is open your sitting bones and squeeze your bum as you go back up. So breathe out and in. And you can do this with the 2 cans in your hands if you like. You know, you can do little curls, or you can bring the arms out to the side. It's all very easy. Slide your shoulder blades up like that. Just to sort of keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. It can be a stressful time for everybody. And I wish I could be there, but we can't. So I'll do my best to make little videos like this to keep you going. And I will hope